I'm Ayoko Chapman, and I'm with Joanne Lesko, real estate agent with Royal LePage Alliance. So why don't you tell me a bit about how you got into the real estate business?
Well, real estate honestly found me. It was 14 years ago, and I was actually dating a real estate agent's son, and she had encouraged me. I'd never been self-employed, never dreamed of self-employment, and she had said that real estate would be a great profession for me. I would fit well with it, and she thought I would just be great at it. So took a little bit of a leap of faith, and 14 years later, here I am.
What are some of the things that you do to keep connected with your clients and customers, and maybe have different events or activities that you hold that sort of bring people back together and give you an opportunity to reconnect?
Absolutely. I grew up in a small town, and relationship building is everything, especially in a profession like this where we're not selling anything, we're selling ourselves. So what we do, my business partner and I, is in the spring we have a movie afternoon where we get one of the most current movies, and we rent the Park Theatre, and we have a movie afternoon with movie popcorn and drinks. It's a great way for people to come out and sort of socialize with each other. We're actually planning on doing a pie giveaway in the next couple of weeks for Thanksgiving. And we've sponsored events like a build for Habitat, sponsored a day for the Habitat build. And we do a lot of pop-bys just with a little silly gift, a little cookie or something like that. We just pop in for our clients just to visit them and deliver them something small, just to keep in touch.
So how do you measure success for yourself, both personally and professionally? I'm sure there's a lot of overlap between the two.
There is a lot of overlap, and I think truly getting to a stage in your career where you're able to give as much back as you feel you get. I support any of my clients that ask me to do anything. I do a lot of supporting of them. Any referrals that come in, I think measuring success is being able to host an event and be able to give back to the community and any of the local charities that we support. And I truly believe the biggest success for me is having a client call or say somebody referred them. They'd like to use us because they had such a great experience in their own experience, and they want to use me.
Okay. Are there any particular areas that you specialize in?
It's Winnipeg, and it's a small enough city that it's easy to know the pockets and the big parts and the good parts and the highs and lows of all the areas. So no, really, we do specialize in all of the city. I do live in St. James, so I do a lot in St. James, but for no reason other than that's where a lot of my clients want to be.
Okay. I'm sure you've gotten to know the city very well from corner to corner. How long have you been in this business?
I've been a real estate agent for 14 years. Wow. And I can't believe it. I went through a million professions for a million different reasons, and every day I wake up and feel really blessed to be able to do what I do for clients.
That's great. So if a family or an individual is thinking about buying or selling a home, what would be the best way for them to contact you?
Best way is probably our website. It's joannelesko.com.
Okay.
All the contact information is on there.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm Ayoko Chapman, and I'm with Neumann, Realtor with Realty Executives First Choice. Thank you for coming, Eric.
Thank you for having me.
Can you tell me a bit about what you feel are some of Winnipeg's most unique characteristics when it comes to our local real estate market?
Sure. Right now, we're going through a bit of a change. Over the last 10 years, it's been really a seller's market. Didn't take terribly long time to get a house sold, and right now we're just going through a bit of a transition. It's kind of balancing out supply and demand, so it's a bit of learning curve for a lot of buyers and sellers that are used to the market being the same way for 10 years.
So tell me a bit about some of the concerns your clients have when it comes to buying and selling a home.
Sure. Personally, I do a lot of work with character homes, so we're looking at structural, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, and basically when I'm working with a buyer, treating them as family and imagining that I was purchasing the home, and any concerns that I would have on top of what they would have would be things that we look like. So if we're in a multiple offer situation, we don't want to pay too much. We want them to get the house, but we don't want them to pay over value. And resale value for buyers as well. I want to build long-term relationships, and for them, they're concerned for resale. I want to make sure that they can sell it in 3 to 5 years down the road if they need to move or upsize.
Okay. So you mentioned character homes. I've seen your sign outside of a lot of beautiful old homes. Would you say that that's an area that you specialize in particular?
Yeah, absolutely. I fell in love with specifically Wolseley and West End in Winnipeg, and along with that comes a lot of other areas surrounding it, such as Crescentwood, River Heights, Riverview, and so on. And so really getting to know houses in the early 1900s in that era is kind of what I specialize in.
So maybe you can tell me a few things about what people would need to do to prepare to sell a home in our current market.
Sure. So because there's a huge influx of inventory right now, a lot more listings than there was last month, last year, it's very important to do everything right the first time. So starting with the first impressions, from when you walk through the door. So for my listings, we have a stager go in there and makes a checklist for them that they can go through and helps them arrange furniture, landscaping, and everything from that to professional photography, setting it in the best light so that we can do it right the first time, get the right list price, and do everything to compete with the rest of the listings and bring the buyers to our home.
So what should a buyer be looking for in a character home?
The specific concerns that we have for character homes come with the build and infrastructure at the time. So when it was built in the 1900s, we have stone foundations, knob and tube wiring, galvanized plumbing, old soffits, fascia, that kind of thing. So we want to look at maintenance and any insurance issues that would be from the change in the eras. So home inspection, if we can get one. I have electricians, plumbers, that kind of thing. The specialists that can really help us make sure that it's going to be safe for the family, as well as for resale, that they won't have a problem selling it down the road.
Okay. So if anyone wanted to get in touch with you to talk about some of these concerns or get ideas or advice on what they need to do to sell their home, how would they reach you?
Yeah, they can reach me on my website, ericneumann.ca.
Great. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
I'm Ayoko Chapman, and I'm with Marcia Bergen, real estate agent with Realty Executives First Choice. So Marcia, you have a really interesting background. You started on another path, but obviously that experience has been very valuable for you in the career you're in now. Do you want to talk a bit about what you did in the past that kind of led you on this path?
Sure. I actually worked as a real estate paralegal. I started as a paralegal in the mid-1990s and stayed with that career for about 15 years. It was an interesting mix. Actually, it's what led me into my real estate career now. Just through working with clients and that sort of thing, I became employed with a client of the firm. But I have found it really helpful in my current career as a real estate agent. What I found is often just having the knowledge of documents and or how to act in the best interest of your client to protect their interests as far as wording things correctly, making sure that they are covered legally and that their liability is limited. Also, what I found is that working as a real estate paralegal allowed me to have a really good understanding of financing and the different options that are actually available to clients, whether they're on a refinance and or a new purchaser, just in the different options that are available to them, and having a vast knowledge of sort of how to not necessarily move assets, but protect different assets in order to promote your real estate portfolio. As people may choose to do.
You also are involved in many other ways on a lot of different levels and help your clients connect with other services and support they might need. Do you want to tell me a bit about how you help your clients sort of every step along the way?
Sure. I have just an ingrained passion for design and decorating, and what I've done or what I do with my clients is I also include full staging with their listings. So I'll go in and do a full consult on a home when we're looking to get it prepared for the market. So I'll offer in the range of 8 to 12 hours of handyman services, whether it's painting a room, patching walls. Sometimes it could be repairing a deck just to ensure that the actual maintenance of the home shows as best as it can. And then I stock a full inventory of furnishings, artwork, area carpets, whatever's required to sort of make a home show its best. And we integrate that sort of into a marketing plan that allows our clients to have more success in making sure that their home shows, above other homes on the market that it could be competing in, but also that, sellers can achieve top dollar as a result of that service.
Okay, so now you maintain a blog as well, right, as part of your website, and I would imagine that anyone interested in seeing your work could check out some examples of before and after projects and progress along the way. Do you want to tell people how they can reach you?
The best way is likely through my website. It's www.marciabergen.com. There is this full section on the blog there. Also, my Facebook page is a really good source. I don't always put before and after shots into a complete blog post, but I do put them onto my Facebook page. So if you're following me on Facebook, it's Marcia Bergen Realtor, and I try to post at least a few times a week. And there's always interesting tidbits about DIYs, or even when I'm working on a home, getting it ready to hit the market, I'll do sort of small videos and or photos of the project and how to get them done.
Great. Okay, well, thank you very much.
You're welcome. It was great.